guys, welcome back to the World of Paradox, and we're back for what episode is
Episode
it?
9, I think.
Episode 9 for the top 100 competitive Pokemon in VGC 2015. Let's just dive right into it with numbers 20 to 11 today. Yeah, it's part 9. Okay,
Called it.
so yeah,
It's been a long time because we
Yeah.
had we went to premiere challenges and we had to do stuff for school, so we didn't
we
really
had
have
zero
time.
time delay the last couple weeks. That's what it boils down to. So yeah, part number 9. Let's just dive right into it.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So number 20 is gonna be Politoed. You know this guy.
Yeah, well, it has Drizzle.
Yeah,
It's
that's what
basically
it is.
It's just don't use it for anything other than like Drizzle, because if you
Yeah.
use it with Water Absorb or Damp, it's just bad.
Freaking damn Politoed, man. Get out.
Politoed is just bad, or you use it for Drizzle, in which case it's like it's the number 20 on the list because it has Drizzle.
Because it has Drizzle, exactly.
It's the only reason.
Feed 501 of VGC, I think, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The other one is Kyogre, and I don't think that's 501.
No.
Because it gets one shot by what's it called? Heatran's Fire Blast. Kyogre definitely gets one shot by Heatran's Fire Blast.
Shut up. So yeah, the Politoed, Drizzle, Whoop,
Yeah, well,
Toad.
the sets are like Scarf Toad.
Oh god, not
which
Scarf Toad. I don't like that.
you run Scarf Toad with usually Rain Dance because
Yeah.
against other Megazord White,
Just other weather in general. I mean, Detail actually too.
you just use Rain Dance and they lose their damage, and you get your damage to Oko the Charizard, and they're screwed because they didn't really expect the Scarf Politoed to have Rain Dance.
Exactly. With the Scarf,
And
you're faster than you call them if it's not under rain. So that's
sometimes
nice.
people run Specs. I'm not a fan of it because honestly there are better options. Don't run Specs Politoed. It's bad.
Exactly.
Wait.
I also
Hold on. You have the bulky version with like
Citrus.
I'd say you put like 100 EPs in special defense and with a calm nature and full HP to tank a Life Orb, Thunderous Eyes, Thunderbolt.
Yeah.
Which is a really good benchmark, and the other 156 EVs are put into defense, or you can spread them so that you can Oko a Lando T with
Ice
only
Beam, which is also quite.
no with Scald.
Oh, with Scald.
With only 4 EVs in HP with Scald, which
Right.
is really nice. But
So yeah,
I personally run the 156 in defense. But
yeah, right. Okay, Politoed. So number 19, Mega Metagross. He likes this guy. He runs it on Rain with Hydreigon. It's amazing.
yeah, honestly, I'm not really a big fan of the Mega itself because well, it doesn't really do a lot of damage. It has a lot of damage, but it doesn't really do enough because you get walled out by so much. Your offensive typing is pretty mediocre.
Shit.
Well, it's not shit, but it's not good. You don't hit enough super effective. I mean, you can hit a lot with just like the Metagross Hydreigon core is really strong because Metagross gets walled out by steel types, steel types in general, because your only offensive moves are generally going to be Iron Head, Zen Headbutt, and maybe Ice Punch, or
Very true.
Substitute is also a really
Hammer Arm.
not a fan of Hammer Arm. The thing is 110 base speed.
I know.
It's
Amazing.
really oh my god, those updates are really annoying.
Yeah, I know. It's just computers, man.
Yeah.
Yes.
Anyways, Mega Metagross is just really generic. You're going to see Meteor Mash or Iron Head, Zen
Probably
Headbutt.
Iron Head actually, because Meteor Mash is not as good.
I'm not a fan of Meteor Mash, but you see
He's seen it miss enough. He doesn't like it anymore.
I've seen Zen Headbutt miss enough.
That also, but you
and
don't have a choice.
Really,
so.
sometimes it's like your fourth moveset is a filler. You can use Substitute, Ice Punch, or Bullet Punch if you really want it. But the thing has clear body, so
Intimidate? No, fuck you.
that. But once it Megas, it gets Stuff Claws, which should make its damage output amazing, but it just doesn't.
Actually, it kind of does.
No, it doesn't. I've seen it miss out on enough KOs. It's just most of the time it's not worth bringing to a game. I'm not a huge fan of Metagross anymore. I don't think it deserves the number 19 spot on the list, but
I do. It's still pretty strong.
it's
I mean,
pretty
it hits,
strong, but it can also really fail.
Also, importantly, it hits fairies for a shitload of damage.
Yeah, that's the only reason why I use that guy on the rain team, because
Hydreigon.
it's pretty susceptible to fairies. So yeah.
I got that. So number 18 is going to be Zapdos. Well, I'm gonna leave Paradox for this because it's its favorite Pokemon, so it's
Yeah,
gotta be
it's just
somewhere up
look
here.
at the design, it's awesome. But honestly, you kind of generally see two sets on this guy. It's the offensive one or the defensive one. The defensive one can have stuff like Citrus Berry or Rocky Helmet or even Leftovers, I think.
I've seen Leftovers.
Yeah, but that isn't too common. But it can just set up Tailwind. It has an amazing defensive typing like Thunderous Eye, and you've seen that guy eat up hits, and you've seen how tanky it is, and how annoying it can be with Swagger. This guy can't, and I will force you to not run Swagger because I honestly really hate it.
I don't. It's amazing.
Yeah, unless you get hacked out by it, then you hate it. But Tailwind, Thunder Wave if you really want to be that guy. Hidden Power.
Most tanky Zapdos run.
Well, I don't know the stats about. I know its stats, usage stats and shit.
All right, so
But
yeah,
Thunderbolt.
Thunderbolt,
Thunder on a rain team maybe. Rain Dance if it's manual rain.
Which is shit. Don't run it.
Well, it's not shit. It's
Don't
just,
run it.
I'm not a fan of it, but you can run it, but it's not really. It's not amazing. I wouldn't say it's a really good strat.
Don't run it.
Hidden Power Ice, Roost. That's basically all you're gonna see.
Yeah, I mean it only does one or two tricks really, but it doesn't really
the
well.
offensive the offensive one most of the times has Life Orb, Expert Belt, or Weakness Policy because it's bulky enough.
Policy is not really.
It's bulky
common,
enough,
but okay.
It's bulky enough to have the Weakness Policy, and Roost just really helps you out.
It does. So yeah, Zapdos, I guess.
Moving on to the number 17.
It'll be Cresselia.
You've seen it all on Worlds. The Chalk Core.
The tank. This is the
the
incarnation of a tank. Okay.
This is the C in Chalk.
Moonduck equals tank.
It has or Space Duck, depending on
Moonduck. It's a moon.
Well, it's Space Duck.
Whatever.
Space Duck doesn't suck.
It's
Anyways, this guy has 120, 120, 130 defenses, and that is really, really, really annoying to face off against. So, the offenses 70, 75, 85. Yes, speed is an offense. It is an offense, but it's not amazing. And then you see it start setting up Calm Minds, and then
or Trick Rooms or whatever,
well,
because it can do everything because it doesn't get one shot.
The only thing that Crest does is Speed Control or Calm Mind.
Exactly.
Basically, on the Calm Mind set, you're going to see Calm Mind. Obvious things are obvious.
Psychic or Moonblast.
Yeah, and Ice Beam. Definitely Ice Beam. Or Icy Wind. I'm not a fan of it. I really.
Not Icy Wind and offensive ones. That's the Speed Control one.
No, Icy Wind and Calm Mind ones.
Is that actually?
Yeah, that's a thing. I don't really like it.
No,
I think
don't do it.
It's just really bad. And plus, you're probably not even going to Oko and Lambda T. So don't run that. Depending on your investment, probably. But
Ice Beam Oko's an F+1, I think.
Yeah. And also Oko's bulky Mega Salamence uninvested, I think.
Really?
And that does like 100.5 to something %. And that's not that's like pathetic.
That's funny.
But it's still Calm Mind Cresselia can become a really big threat.
He likes it more because he likes offense, but I'm quite a fan of the Trick Room /
Yeah, me too. I'm building a team around Charizard Y, and it kind of involves Trick Room Cresselia, but I'm catching it now, and it's really annoying because I'm using a speed checker. My Gardevoir, it's also my Synchronizer, it has 82 speed. If you didn't know, like min speed Cresselia has 81 speed, and I have not encountered a single Cresselia with the min speed, or even a speed type. Well, maybe that, but it always outsped me anyways. So the Trick Room or Speed Control Cresselia is probably going to have Trick Room and Icy Wind. That's really weird.
Not both, actually.
But actually both.
Oh, Thunder Wave's also possible, by the way.
That it has Ice Beam pretty much all the time, or Icy Wind, and
because it doesn't want to get walled out by anything. So.
Maybe Moonlight. It also has Skill Swap is really, really, really good strategy.
He likes to run it.
I really like it. It's just it disrupts so many things. You can Skill Swap Heatran, and it just loses its Flash Fire, and then you can hit it really hard with a Fire Blast or Overheat or whatever. Just it hits. It gets like it disrupts so incredibly much that it's really good. You've seen it all on Worlds. Mark McQuillan.
Oh God, yes.
The guy made like a god prediction and called the switch in. Heatran got skill swapped and then heat waved. That did like 75%. Basically the thing is the other move he ran was toxic, but I'm not really a big fan of it. It disrupts other Cresselia. It just
Another tanks in general,
it's
actually.
disruptive against setup tanks. It's really
It's situational, but it can work sometimes. So
Yeah.
that's what
I
Cresselia
personally
does.
like running Psychic as a filler move because Psychic just
It's
it's stab. It hits a decent amount of
decently
damage.
hard.
I mean, 75 base special attack is really pathetic, but get the point.
It does
not,
okay damage. Like
Yeah.
it's just chip. So
but like Corsalia, it has 85 base speed and it's still a trick room setter. That's really
Yeah.
valuable. But the thing I wanted to talk about right now is like Trick Room Crest sometimes has Ice Wind because usually Trick Room Crest is paired with mid speed tier Pokemon and
which can work both if the opponent is icy winded or under trick room.
yeah. So basically, if you see that your opponent is not really fast, but it's also just it's not really slow, but it's the same speed
Also
tier.
a mid speed tier, like or a bit higher maybe.
Yeah, you
Maybe
can
just
you can
go
icy wind
semi-icy
because they're not gonna outspeed you anymore. But if you see that they're on a higher speed tier,
You got Mega Salamence, things like that.
Colin Higher actually ran in Cresselia Mega Salaman's core with Trick Cresselia.
That was bullshit though.
No, it's really funny. But like Cresselia just sets up Trick Room and then you outspeed everything on the field because you're bulky and you're mid speed tier, so you won't outspeed the fastest Pokemon on the field, but you have Trick Room, so
And
you
of course
will.
built mid speed and trick room, but yeah.
Well, not really. You don't usually if you're using mid speed tier Pokemon, you don't usually build min speed.
You build min speed crest.
Yeah, min speed crest because it outspeeds Heatran on the Trick Room.
Exactly.
Almost Heatran anyways, not the Eruptran, but
The trick room Heatrans.
not Trick Room Heatran, but it's not really too common, so yeah.
Exactly. But yeah. Let's just go on to number 16, Sylveon.
Oh, this thing hits so incredibly hard with Hyper Voice. I really like the
Unless
damage.
you forget to give it Pixelate. Which I did
yeah.
once.
That's just really dumb.
I know it is.
It's on Showdown, luckily, so it's not really.
It's not really that big of a deal.
if it,
Still got the 1400s with it, so that's fine. I don't care.
yeah, another update. Oh my god.
Not listen to them.
No, it's just really annoying and really distracting. But anyways, Sylveon.
Hyper Voice, basically. What
basically
the thing
spams
is.
Hyper Voice, and I don't know why Verlis still hates on Pixie Plate if the main move you're using is.
Were you talking about Verlis? What's that?
Oh yeah, right. Yeah, sorry about the guys that actually do like Verlis. We're not really a big fan of his what the things he hates. I mean,
let's stop the rant. Don't talk about Sylveon.
He hates on Pixie Plate, but Pixie Plate Sylveon is a monstrosity.
This is even worse though.
Well, Specs Sylveon is generally going to be Hyper Voice, Shadow Ball, Psyshock, and a filler move like HP Ground, but HP Ground doesn't OHKO Heatran, and that's really pathetic.
Or in your case, you're in Quick Attack.
Yeah,
and it's funny.
Specs Quick Attack Sylveon is really hilarious, but
say the least.
I also like running Hyper Beam on the Specs set because it just
obliterates one target and then you're dead.
Bulky Thunderous Eye, there's no build that can actually tank it, so you get rid of the Swagger Spammer, and I'm really glad that
unless you get Swagger yourself,
well,
and hit yourself.
Yeah, but there's like a 45. I don't know. I can't 45. Really. Yeah, there's like a 45% chance of that happening, so the odds are in your favor.
Kind of.
But it's really Swagger. Anyways, the other sets are probably going to be Life Orb and Pixie Plate. I'm not a big fan of Life Orb on Sylveon personally because
it's quite bulky and it can lift some hits, but with Life Orb you chip away from your own health. So
that, and also generally you're going to want to hide the Protect because they need to think you're Spec, but
exactly.
You don't really hide it if you run Life Orb.
What you can do with Pixie Plate is just spam Hyper Voice 6 turns in a row, and then hey, this thing is getting a problem, and then you protect because yeah.
That kind of sounds like my Aegislash play.
Exactly. That's something different though.
I forgot about Taunt, so I just stayed in Blade Form for like 4 turns, and
you
it was
didn't
like
even click King Shield the 4 turns that
Taunt I didn't get KO'd, and I think I won. I think I won the game with like in Shield form. I'm not even sure about that. I forgot, but
whatever.
Anyways,
we're talking about
Pixie Plate Sylveon generally go to be Protect, Hyper Voice, Shadow Ball, and Quick Attack. I'm a really big fan of having Shadow Ball in it because actually
Quick Attack's not that common though.
No, Moonblast is also a possibility.
Yeah. If you don't want to get walled out by some white guard
shenanigans. But I really like Quick Attack Sylveon is really amazing. Yeah, well, I wouldn't run Hyper Beam, but there's a quick attack, so it's a better
There's
option.
quick attacks,
Because a helping hand boosts the quick attack, goes like uninvested
Hydreigon.
uninvested Hydreigon if you're quiet nature. So that's really neat. That's really neat.
Not that that's gonna happen anytime soon, though. Well, anyway.
Not my Hydreigon.
Oh yeah, and it's a special tank too. That's funny.
Oh, that's not really hilarious if you face it, because
Still gets
not a lot
Caesar.
not a lot can Oko this guy if it's on the special side.
Caesar can. It's physical and it's bullet punch and it kills Sylveon. It's funny.
Only
Anyway.
Life Orb. You need the Life Orb for that. But moving on.
I don't care. So number 15, Bisharp.
Well, honestly, it's a
it's
bit of an old list, so Bisharp is kind of high on it, but
it's kind of outdated, actually.
It's outdated because Bisharp isn't really too good in the meta game anymore.
He used to be really good because of the rampant running Landos, which are still running rampant as
yeah, and Sylveon.
and
Sylveon is getting a little bit less common, and
exactly.
It just gets shut down by so many things, like not even.
Bisharp was getting too much of a problem earlier in the season, so people started building things against it, which are now running rampant. So
not really, because
you
don't see Bisharp too much, so people don't really build around Bisharp too much. But
because the countermeasures against Bisharp got so common. That
yeah,
nobody used Bisharp anymore, and now we're in this state where Bisharp doesn't get used.
Well,
and
the thing is, people generally build a Pokemon to outspeed Bisharp, because it has a really bad speed tier, like
70,
100 base. You just invest 20 points in it, and you outspeed Bisharp. It's not really. It's just really annoying for Bisharp to actually outspeed Pokemon nowadays.
It has a way to patch up the speed creeps though. Sucker Punch.
Yeah, that. But it has Defiant, so it basically just gains 2 attack boosts if you intimidate it.
In general.
If you drop a stat.
It too.
Yeah, intimidate +1 Bisharp on the field. That's not really a fun thing to go up against because honestly,
it's a free +1 literally, so it can just start sweeping with Sucker Punch.
Life Orb Bisharp can Oko Lando. It's a damage roll, but it can Oko it, so you really need to watch out for that. But also ban Bisharp Okos Lando.
Yeah.
But ban Bisharp is honestly, I'm a bit of a fan of it, but it can just
it's a bit too reliant on actually getting an Intimidate on itself. It doesn't really do enough.
Not
damage.
Exactly, but it just doesn't really. You need to protect on Bisharp. Exactly. It's either Focus Sash or Life Orb,
or sometimes banned, of course, if you just said so.
This guy, Rolodino, likes Sash.
I like Sash a lot.
I like Sash too. He doesn't like Life Orb. I like Life Orb too, but I wouldn't really run Bisharp unless it really synergizes really well because its group of weakness
against fighting
is really it hurts a lot, and honestly, Kangaskhan breaks him.
Of course, fake out.
It's
double
just
kick.
Yeah.
Wait, not double kick, low kick.
Yeah, low kick just double kick Kangaskhan would be overkill though.
I know, right?
Power Up Punch. Power Up Punch is a damage roll and it can actually Oko Bisharp, but
which is quite hilarious. If
at -1, I don't think it can, which is really annoying. But yeah,
Intimidate counters when it does. The thing with Bisharp is it only gets +1 of Intimidates, whereas the next one on our list.
Wait.
Not yet.
Bisharp's general set is probably going to be something like Protect, Knock Off, Sucker Punch, and Iron Head.
Yeah.
Sometimes see Quick Guard. It's
really
rarely uncommon. You also sometimes see Low Kick, but that's also really uncommon.
Yeah.
So moving on to the next Pokemon,
which in our opinion is indeed a better Intimidate counter.
It's one of the best Pokemon in the entire meta game right now.
Yeah, except nobody uses it. That's the point.
It's a bulky water type. It has competitive,
which does the same as Defiant, but for special attack, of course.
Which basically means you get a free +2 instead of +1
when intimidated. When switched in on an Icy Wind, it just does the same, but still.
Milotic is also really tanky. But
items, Rocky Helmet works, Citrus Berry works,
Maranga Berry
works,
definitely.
Key Berry works.
Well, Key Berry doesn't really work. I tried it. It doesn't really work. If you pair it up with a Lando, you can switch it in on HP Ices and it gets a special defense boost, which is amazing. Sometimes you see
or switch it on Icy Wind, which you get +2 off. Also.
Yeah. Sometimes you see the
that's really nice.
Assault Vest item.
Oh yeah, Assault Vest is not that good.
It's not amazing, but it's not really. You give it Recover, which is also a really huge deal. But the thing with Assault Vest Milotic is that it actually Scald or Hydro Pump, Ice Beam, Icy Wind, HP Grass, Mirror Coat. But Mirror Coat doesn't really synergize too well with the Assault Vest, except for that it can synergize well with it if you face a Life Orb Thunderous. But it's just the thing with Milotic is It's amazing.
Rambling.
I know, it's really amazing.
Don't be rambling.
Why not?
Not fun.
Well, the general set you're going to see is Protect, Recover.
Scald and Ice Beam or Icy Wind, depends on the theme.
Sometimes, like very sometimes, you see a Scarf Melodic, Timid Scarf, that outspeed Adamant Scarf Lando and Oko them with like Ice Beam or Icy Wind
or Scald.
And you can also Oko a Settlements with it, and they don't really like that too much
because they still get outsped.
it just hurts. It just hurts.
So yeah, but main is Intimidate countering.
Yeah,
basically land Tia Salamence.
Anti-intimidate tank. That's the entire purpose of Melodic, but it just
exactly.
It's also a bulky water type, so it's also really hard to get around and just
murder.
Yeah, that's basically
this thing murders and doesn't get murdered. That's what it does. So yeah, number 13, Rotom Wash.
Oh,
I like him. Really, I really like him.
Rotom Wash is good.
Rotom Wash is amazing.
I run on a team that actually does pretty well. Rotom Wash just basically has only one weakness. Grass.
Exactly, grass.
Grass isn't the most common type in the metagame.
Grass is freaking uncommon as shit.
Except that you see a lot of Amoonguss.
That's it. Amoonguss can't really do anything to this guy.
85 base special attack is not bad.
Gets burned.
Well, the thing
Amoonguss doesn't like that.
No, it doesn't like it, but it can. Rotom doesn't like to get spored.
No, it doesn't, but it gets outsped. Like the Amoonguss, of course.
Yeah.
So it gets burned first.
And
from the timer.
Yeah, you're kind of screwed. If you're asleep, you're screwed, which is basically the entire thing in the metagame. Just
back to the point. Rotom Wash, Hydro Pump, Thunderbolt, Will-O-Wisp, and Protect. That's what you do.
That's like everything, and it
Citrus.
Always has Citrus Berry. It's like the only
leftovers once.
Yeah, I know.
That's it.
You sometimes see leftovers. I'm not a huge fan of it. I generally put leftovers on other tanks.
Or you have a really offensive life of Rotom Wash. That also works.
Sometimes. Yeah, or a Scarf. But
Scarf, I don't know, man.
Timid Scarf Rotom Wash doesn't even Oko, what's it called? Lando with HP Ice. So that's pathetic. And they generally do run HP Ice.
Even though Hydro Pump hits harder.
Hydro Pump hits harder, but it can miss. And
so
I felt that a lot of times. But, you know, Rotom Wash, you sometimes see Specs, you sometimes see Scarf. That usually is paired with a Trick Set and something else. I don't know, man.
Hydro Pump, Thunderbolt, and well, Will-O-Wisp actually works on that. Then, if Scarf,
it does. Respect, not really, not so much.
Volt Switch, one and hidden power or something.
Volt Switch is also a thing. Or you see Timid Scarf, Rotom Wash with Discharge on lame Sceptile teams, but that's like everything that Rotom Wash has going for it. And it's pretty good. It's
tanky. It hits decently hard.
107 bulk isn't amazing, but it's not bad either. But
you invest into it, right?
Its typing is amazing.
Exactly.
That's
just like it's kind of a Thunderous in that way.
It has Levitate.
Decent bulk.
It has Levitate.
Yeah, it has decent bulk and a good typing, so that's what it does.
Exactly.
Number 12 is Tyranitar.
Yes.
Talking about good typings, no, just kidding. This typing is absolute, bull
crap. It's not worse than Terrakion. It's better than Terrakion, which is not really hard. It's also better than maybe Abomasnow, not really, but it's also better than Abomasnow. The quadruple fighting weakness really hurts. It really hurts
Tyranitar. It also hurts Tyranitar a lot. But this thing does something completely different. It sets up sand for its teammates. That's why I see it a lot with things like Excadrill, Lando I even.
Yeah. Stuff like that. Sometimes
Stoutland.
Stoutland. I've seen it once on a regionals team, I think.
I ran it once. It's funny.
Yeah, you ran a dedicated sand team like I did in this field. But
it didn't necessarily.
You only did showdown matches. I actually tried it on Battle Spot, and that really didn't do a lot. But
true. Back to T-Tar.
Anyways, this guy has amazing bulk. Well,
he's got 101 20, I think.
I'm not sure. It's like 100, maybe 95, 100, and something else. But it's just the thing with Tyranitar is
he gets a special defense boost from the sand he sets up.
So it can basically. I've seen a Mega T-Tar tank an Aura Sphere that could have crit, and he still could have eaten it up from a Mega Mewtwo Y.
That is.
The thing with that is that was in Ubers, so that's not really a reliable source for VGC, and that's a Mega T-Tar.
It eats up a lot of hits.
Generally you're going to see T-Tar with Scarf.
Maybe.
No, it's generally Scarf. Sometimes you see Sash T-Tar. I've seen Alex run it,
which is quite okay.
It's okay,
I mean, but it can run both physical and special. Rock Slide is pretty much given on every set. I mean, it's Rock Slide.
Yeah,
we expect.
Or Stone Edge if you really want to be that guy.
Rock Slide's
Bandit T-Tar is also a thing.
Let's just talk about the moves first, okay?
Not really.
Actually, Scarf T-Tar runs things like Thunderbolt or Ice Beam because it gets them.
Well, not really Thunderbolt, but generally you're going to see Scarf T-Tar with like Rock Slide, Crunch,
Ice Beam,
Superpower, and Ice Beam.
Superpower, is that a thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
And Ice Beam instead of Ice Punch, because actually it does more damage than Ice Punch after Intimidate, so you can actually OHKO stuff like Lando with it. But
and T-Tar still has 95 base special attack, which is not bad at all.
Honestly, I've run the calcs and I've seen that it doesn't actually OHKO Lando T with Ice Beam, nor Ice Punch. That's really annoying.
Without investment or what?
Without investment on the special side and with investment on the physical side. But
yeah, of course, but you can just invest a little bit to OHKO Lando, of course.
Well, it actually is a really bad roll because you do around 90% with max roll. Well, 95% maybe, but anyways, you can also run Shuffle Berry on T-Tar to eat up the superpowers, but it's not really worth it.
Exactly.
I've run it, but it's not really worth it.
So yeah, just sand. That's what this thing does.
Smooth Rock.
Smooth Rock, which is
and
noob trap.
Maybe we need to. Yeah, it is. Maybe we need to go into the like Jap Sand core because that's like Mega T-Tar.
Yeah. It's not Mega T-Tar. It's just regular T-Tar with
Mega Salamence. I'm kind of nauseous, but
messed that up.
But it's like it doesn't really matter. But like it's generally going to be T-Tar, Salamence, something that benefits from the sand,
like a Lando Eye or a Excadrill or something like that.
Yeah, a redirection like redirection like a Moongus, a fire type, and a water type.
Exactly. That's what Japanese sand is.
That's basically Jap sand, and it's really it's has lost popularity for a reason because people know how to counter it now, and it's not really amazing anymore.
Just a way to counter it basically is ice. I mean, it's not really good against ice.
Well, it's not really bad against ice either because it just you need something to take care of the bulky water types, and it can actually I think if you use the redirection from the Salamence, you can like actually use it properly.
Amoonguss still doesn't like ice hits though.
Amoonguss doesn't like them, but the thing is that you can actually set up with Dragon Dance if you really want to be that guy, and you can OHKO like Milotic or the main ice threat on the opponent's side, and that's just nice to have.
Yeah.
Also, we forgot one thing really important about Milotic: Blizzard Blastoise Knight.
Wait, what?
Blastoise Knight Milotic with Blizzard. That's a really good set.
Explain.
Alex Ugloza. Stampy Fridays.
About to say that has to have been a Friday.
Yeah.
But yeah, you've seen the number 11 already, unfortunately, because I messed up a bit. Oh, there's number 11 Suicune.
Sheer cold. All I have to say.
Go away.
Sorry, I'm just messing around.
No. Tailwind. This thing is Tailwind.
I'm just gonna leave the board to Dino.
Or Icy Wind, or Scald, or an Ice Beam, and all that stuff. I've run it a lot
Snarl.
In the past. Snarl, of course. What else does this thing do?
Calm Mind Suicune. Oh my god, I really like Calm Mind Suicune.
That's your attack Suicune.
Yeah. I'm personally really big fan of the Calm Mind tanks, Suicune and Cresselia, but Calm Mind Suicune generally doesn't really run Protect. It runs Citrus Berry. No, Chesto Berry. With
Rest, Calm Mind,
like Scald and Ice Beam. It just
simple set, but it works. So yeah, he likes
physically defensive. It hits really hard after a couple of Calm Minds, and it becomes pretty much unkillable. So
got a 100, 115 bulk, which is really good.
But the only thing
that bulky water types.
The only thing that can actually shut it down is stuff like Salamence and whatchamacallit, a Breloom, physical grass types or Spore. Well, not really because it has Chesto Berry, but you get the point. The thing with Rest Suicune is if you want to whittle it down with Toxic, it just rests and it loses its badly poisoned status condition.
Exactly. But yeah, my Suicune. Tailwind, basically I've said it on a lot of teams, and I run Tailwind on it because Tailwind is amazing.
We'll go into the EV spread in the in-depth analyses.
Yeah.
Because they're pretty
It's a strange EV spread. Let's just keep it there.
All my EV spreads are strange. My Charizard EV spread is really weird. It can tank it. The Terrakion's Rock Slide at -1.
About Charizard though.
I know, I was.
So yeah, my Suicune just simply runs Tailwind, Ice Beam, Scald, and Protect. I mean, it's really simple with I believe it's Citrus or Rocky Helmet, depends on the team.
Yeah, kind of depends on the team, yeah. Well, that's about it for the Suicune. So, it's like all Suicunes got, but it's...
Tailwind and Snarl and
it has 100, 150, 115 bulk with 90 on the special attack. I forgot the
95,
attack
right?
stat. I forgot the attack stat.
Oh no, wait, 95 speed, never mind.
95 speed? No, it has 85 speed. 85.
Right? Oh, yeah, right.
You need to invest a little bit to outspeed Mega Sceptile or Scarflando, but I prefer
Thunder Tailwind, of course.
I prefer regularly. I prefer investing in investing to outspeed Mega Sceptile just in case you see it, and it doesn't really matter.
And just kill it with Ice Beam.
Yeah.
But yeah, Suicune,
that's
guys.
About it.
And that's the top 20-ish, half of it.
Well, yeah,
that's
like
and then this part. So, whoop whoop.
We'll fix the links that we didn't put in the video last time.
Oh yeah, wait. I think
we just need to fix
that. I need to do that still. We'll get it. We'll get it on it, right?
Yeah. When you're seeing this, we probably have got it on there. So
yeah. So hope you all enjoyed. If you did, be sure to smash the like button. Leave a comment if you have something to say.
And if you really
want to see more.
If you really want to see more of us or hear more of us, subscribe.
I just said that, but whatever.
I know, but I wanted to say it, so I said it anyways.
Whatever. So yeah, bye guys.